Okay, what I want to talk about today is speech errors with the K and the G sound. So this is a pretty typical process or error that happens with kids, younger children, and what they usually do and what the error sounds like is for those K and G sounds. Those are both sounds that are produced in the back of your throat, K and G. And what the error usually happens is that they're moving that sound to the front of their mouth and making it as a frontal sound like T and D. So the K is usually substituted with a T and the G is usually substituted with the D. So it would sound like instead of cat, they would say tat. And instead of dog, they would say dod. So they're moving, they are making sounds that produce in the back of their mouth to the front of their mouth. So this is a very typical way of developing your sounds up until about 3 years old. And if the errors persist past 3 years old, then that's when they definitely want to get corrected. So what I wanted to talk about a little today is just how to correct those errors. So how to correct an error when a student is fronting their back sounds. So it's really the K and the G are actually the same exact mouth positioning as each other. So the K and the G are made the same, except one is with your voice off, the K, and one is with your voice on, G. So really, if you teach placement of the mouth, the tongue, and the teeth, and the lips with one sound, you could do the same thing with the other and just tell the student to turn their voice on. So what I'll do is I'll talk first about the K with your sound off, with your voice off, and then I'll show how when you just turn your voice on, it's the same thing. So for the K, when you think about where your lips are open in an open position. Your tongue is down, it's always gonna stay down, and your mouth is gonna be open. So it's gonna say like, K, K, K. And what the error usually is fronting of the sound to the T. So I'll say K, and they'll say T. And so you really wanna make sure that their tongue stays down, because when you make the T sound, your tongue comes up. So make sure their tongue is down. If it's really hard for them to correct it with their tongue down, I even have them keep their finger in their mouth and push their tongue down. Another thing I'll do is I'll have them look up, because that helps their tongue to stay back, and they say K, K, K. And sometimes those two tricks, chin up and then holding the tongue down for really difficult errors, those will help a lot. And then for the G sound, which is the same thing, G, G. You have your mouth open, you have your tongue back, and your tongue tipped down. So, and then you're just gonna turn your voice on. So you can feel your voice turn on when you say G, G, G. And I have my students feel their throat to feel that G sound. And a lot of times the error will be the D, so that I'll say G, and they say D. So you wanna make sure your mouth stays open, G, G, and your tongue stays down, G, G. So that's how you correct the fronting error. So fronting of the back sounds. That's the simple way to correct it.